Hey folks, Brendan here from Bluelight, and it's good to be back. I've been away for about just over 2 weeks now, enjoying some holiday time with my family, but it's great to be back in the driving seat of Bluelight again, doing my webinars, my one-to-ones, getting involved in supporting you in the police recruitment process. Over 10,000 people have been successful in that recruitment process so far. And in these videos, I give you little updates, bits of guidance, little snippets, little nuggets of learning to help you on your journey. So what I'm going to talk about in this video is 3 things that you absolutely need to do in your interview if you want to succeed. And this is based on some notes I made. There you go, these are all the notes in one of my webinars for the interview course. So if you join the interview course and you join the webinar option, there's a couple of different ways of doing that. If you see the link below for the website, and then you get the opportunity to join as many webinars as you want. And you also get the opportunity to watch a load of recordings of webinars from the past year. So last night, over a bank holiday weekend on a Sunday evening, can you believe that? Whilst everyone else is having a beverage of their choice, we were, as opposed to sitting around a barbecue, having a nice time, we were doing police work stuff, getting a bunch of people ready for their final interview, which they've got this week for some of them. So I know they're going to be successful because they attended that webinar. 3 things we uncovered that all of them absolutely need to do. And I'm going to go through those 3 things now. So the first one is structure. So in all of the answers that were provided, I think just about everyone in the practice session said they waffled and went off in all sorts of different directions. You've got to get your structure right. Now, if it's a can you tell me about a time when type question, you know what the structure is. If you've watched my videos before, I talk about the SALQ methodology. Forget STAR. No one talks like that. No one says the task I set myself. And everyone always gets confused between the difference between task and action. So I developed my own system years ago, and I've called it SALQ. It stands for situation, aim, actions, result, learning, knowledge and understanding. And each one of those is broken down into smaller constituent parts. It tells a story. It helps you tell a compelling story. So you've got to get your structure right. And if you're answering a question about current challenges, what values are important, why do you want to join the police, how will being in the police service impact on your life, what sort of things do you think you're going to be doing as a police officer, all common questions at final interview. You need a structure. Otherwise, you're just going off all over the place. And your mind will be kicking yourself as you're answering the question, thinking, stop waffling, stop going off on tangents. But because you've not got a structured approach, that's what you'll end up doing. So structure, 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 really important. Secondly, detail. Detail, detail, detail. Not one of the answers that were delivered last night exceeded 4 minutes. Now, think about it. You've got an interview that's 45 minutes to an hour long. They're going to ask you 7 or 8 questions. Do the math. That's over 5 minutes per answer. You've got to be doing all the talking. They don't want to be doing all the talking. They are there to interview you. You are there to do the answering of the questions. So detail is needed. I'll give you an example from last night. One of the individuals talked about how their team was happy to get involved in something. We sat down, we organized things. To start with, the we word. There is no we, there's only I. This individual self-corrected themselves, but then started going into, we all worked together, and at the end of the week, we did blah, 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 blah. No detail whatsoever about what they actually did and how they did it. That's the important thing. So I had to really drill down deep into what actually happened. And it turns out there was loads of awesome stuff going on with people disagreeing, not doing as they're asked, throwing the teddy out. And that, all how they managed all of that detail is what's going to win the assessors the interviewers over. And that leads into the third thing that's needed, which is that emotional connect. So whenever I do practice sessions, I listen to people and think, you know, they could be telling me a story about how they went to the supermarket to buy a pint of milk, because there's no emotion. You've got to get some emotion. There's got to be an emotional connect in there. So in the example I've just talked about, I wanted to know how that individual managed their feelings in respect of someone who they considered to be selfish. as part of the team. How did they manage that? How did they keep that person on board despite the fact that they felt they were selfish? How did it impact on them? How did they manage those feelings? That emotional connect is what's going to help you pass. Otherwise, it does sound a bit like you're just telling a story of something that's really boring, uninteresting. Nothing happened in the story. There was no problem. There was no challenge. Bring the challenge in. Bring the problem in. Talk about how it made you feel, how you manage those emotions. That's what's going to make the difference. So there you go, folks. 3 things: structure, detail, emotion. Get those in your answers and you are going to improve your chances of succeeding. If you want to guarantee success, join my courses. I don't say that glibly. I guarantee that you'll pass. You do what I ask you to do, you'll pass. If you don't, I give you a refund. How fair is that? That is how committed I am to being all in on this journey with you to help you succeed in the police recruitment journey. So folks, I hope you've enjoyed this, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. If you are watching it on either of those, do you like it? Subscribe it. I don't know, give it a thumbs up, whatever you need to do. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you in one of the Facebook groups, link below, or on one of my webinars. Be delighted to catch up with you very soon. Help you succeed. Bye-bye for now.